Welcome back to Recife. It's day 2 of the EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. What a wonderful day we have in store. The weather is absolutely beautiful. The water is calm, and the paddlers are just making their way up to the start line for the first race of the day, which will be the 200 meters. If you were with us yesterday, you know that it was 2,000 meter pursuit day, and a lot of medals were decided by the teams. We saw Hungary, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Germany all hitting gold medals yesterday. GB was in there with a bronze several times, men and women's teams. The juniors, under 18s, they got a great, well-deserved bronze, and they'll be going for gold today. And Poland I saw there with a medal, a bronze medal. So if you want to see all of the results from yesterday's 2,000 meter racing, please go to the IDBF website. So that's idbf.org, and all of the results from all of the races yesterday are on there for your pleasure. But the pleasure today is sprint racing, 200 meters, speed trials if you like. And we will be kicking off very shortly. The teams are just warming up in the background here. We will be kicking off approximately 9 o'clock, and this first race is going to be a standard boat open division where there are Poland in lane 1, Ukraine lane 2, Poland Senior B open, Ukraine Senior A open, Germany Premier open, Russia Senior A open, Russia Senior B Open, and Czech Republic Senior C Open. So obviously for those who are wondering what on earth that's all about, Senior A is the over 40s category, Senior B is the over 50s category, and Senior C is the over 60s category. So we've got 3 different race classifications in this first heat. The winners and the second place in this race will go straight on to a semi-final, and the 3 to 6 will go into a repechage to give them another opportunity to try and qualify for a semi-final. So let's just have a look behind and see, are they in place? Nearly. They're just warming up. We're warming up. It's a beautiful morning. The sun is out. It's a pleasure to be here. It's almost a holiday. The racing will be approximately every 10 minutes, and we will be giving you updates on when the semi-finals and the grand finals will be taking place as we get them. But for now, for the next 40 minutes, we'll be seeing a race every 10 minutes, starting with this one shortly. Let me just have a look. The last 2 boats are making their way up now, and then we will be underway. Of course, if you are tuning in, this is the Dragon Boat Sport. This is the European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. We were with you a month ago televising in China the very first World Cup, and what a tournament that was. What a championships. We saw some different races, some relay races, some 100-meter sprints, some different race classifications to test the teams, and it certainly did. But we saw China take a handful of goals, with the Philippines getting in there in that 200-meter sprint. But the teams for this race, 200 meters, is nearly upon us. I think it's time to go up to Murray Jones in the commentary area to get ready for this first race.
Good morning. Very lovely day today, no breeze. Few people woken up in the stalls there, having had a bit of a party last night. And we've got race 1 just getting into their starting positions. And race 1 is in standard boats.
Lane number 1. Lane number 2.
Open in lane 1.
Germany.
Just check. We have lane 1. In lane 1, Poland, the Senior B Open. Lane 2, Ukraine, Senior A Open. Lane 3, Germany, Premier Open. Lane 4, Russia, Senior A Open. And Lane 5, Russia, Senior B Open. Lane 6, Czech Republic, Senior C Open. 6 boats on the starting blocks, and 6 boats were expected. So this is a 200-meter dash. On this course, 5 years ago, the Philippines Open crew got the world record of 40.04 seconds for the 200 meters. We just have to see how these people get there. Interesting having one Premier Open crew in the middle of them all. So the Germans should, in effect, go running away with it. We don't get a relay of what's going on with the discussion between the starter and the crews. But it should be any time now. Looking someone getting into the starting position. Yeah, others are relaxed. All we can do is just wait and see what's happening, and we'll see them suddenly braced. Umpires on both sides of the course, and you'll see the boats for the next race. I'll just quick. Oh yes, I heard that. Are you ready? And go. They're off. Here we go. From the near side, Poland, Ukraine, Germany, Russia, and Czech Republic. And as expected, Germany Premier Open have taken the lead, but Ukraine are getting pretty close to them. Yeah, it's a fairly close finish, that's good. Here we go now. Germany, Russia, Ukraine, Russia, and Poland, and Czech Republic, in that order. Well, we say, of course, although we're sitting right above the finish line, these are only provisionals. We had a number of protests yesterday, with some crews having to withdraw. Quite a lot of about 4, I think, protests yesterday, all to do with crews bumping into each other on the bends, which unfortunately happened at the opposite end. We could have had a bit of fun down here, but they were fairly well behaved this end. And now the crew's going off to get out of their boats, and we wait the arrival of the last boat coming for race number 11 on the programme, the second of the day.
Thank you, Murray. Welcome if you're just joining us to Recife in the Czech Republic for the 11th EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. Just seen the first race of the day, featuring Poland, Ukraine, Germany, Russia Senior A Open and Russia Senior B Open, and the Czech Republic. We have a race scheduled every 10 minutes for approximately most of the day. We will give you updates on changes to the timings, whether we're ahead or behind. We've been ahead so far, and I don't see any reason why we won't be staying on schedule for the rest of the day. We will bring you the official results of that first race very soon, but we're now waiting for race 11, which will feature Great Britain Senior B Open, Poland Senior A Open, Hungary Premier Open, Slovakia Premier Open, Czech Republic Senior B Open, and Germany Senior C Open. So, results will be with you any moment for that first race. The boats are just circling around, getting ready to come into their starting gates. And the starting gates are a different setup again to what we saw in Hungary for the World Nations Dragon Boat Championships, where, if you remember, as far back as that, and I'm sure you were all watching because it was a great television spectacle for everybody, we saw unique starting cups where the dragons' heads would go into the cups to keep them in position until the starter was happy with the positioning of the boats, and then the cups would drop into the water, allowing the boats to carry on forward. So these are slightly different, where the boats will reverse into these starting pens, if you like, and I think a little bit of rope in the pen keeps the boats tied to the pen until the starter gives the official command to get underway, and then we'll see this sprint to the line. Maybe 60 strokes and you're almost finished the race. It's fast and furious stuff. My favourite discipline, I think, 200 metres. I'll do any of the events, but I think my personal favourite is the 200 metres. Always enjoyed 100 metres at school as an athlete, and I can't run anymore, so I suppose I was destined to like the short sprints rather than the long sprints. Oh, I'm told from the studio that Phil was an egg and spoon race champion. I think there was 3 other competitors, and they were asleep when the race went on. So, but anyway. Not known for his sporting prowess is our Phil, but has many other talents. So, not far away from the start, the dragon boats are all warmed up. And there we see the runners and riders again, and it's great. Sorry, we have the results coming through. So that last race was Germany Premier Open, a time of 45 seconds and 88. Ukraine second, Senior A Open, 46.94. Russia Senior A Open, 46.99 in third. Russia Senior B Open, 48.44 in fourth. Poland Senior B Open, 49.7. And Czech Republic Senior C Open, 54.7. Definitely being called to the pens now. Any moment we'll see them reversing in. The dragons had a good sleep last night, but I'm sure they're raring to go again. We should see more spectators coming down for the weekend's activities. Of course, it was a Friday, a work day yesterday. We certainly had a decent crowd, but I expect to see many more hundreds, maybe thousands of people coming down to Raceside in this magnificent stadium to witness sprint racing in Europe at its finest at the EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. EDBF, of course, is the European Dragon Boat Federation that governs the sport in Europe, but it's very much part of a wider group, the global body, IDBF, the International Dragon Boat Federation, the world governing body for the sport. And we can now see that the boats are coming into position. So the runners and riders again for this second race, which is race 11 on your schedule. It's a standard boat, open 200 metres, where Great Britain Senior B will be in lane 1, Poland Senior A Open in lane 2, Hungary Premier Open in lane 3, Slovakia Premier Open in lane 4, Czech Republic Senior B Open in lane 5, and Germany Senior C Open in lane 6. So I think we should go over to Murray. I think the race is very close to starting. Murray?
Yes, nice still position. So lane 1 is on the side nearest to us with our cameras, and that's the Great Britain crew in that boat. And I see Paul's online and his brothers in this boat racing, so you got a nice close up of it. Umpires in position. Everything looks still in the. They're doing a little bit of going. That's it. They're off. Here they come now. I expect to see Slovakia doing something special here, because they have a habit of hanging back and then producing a spurt at the end. So the main ones to watch are the Hungary and Slovakia, because they're these open crews. And looking at the formation of the boats, that's it. Slovakia. But not only that, the Czech Republic Senior Bs are not doing too badly either. In lane 5 there. This is going to be a really close finish. Look at this one. This is great. Hungary, maybe Great Britain second. Oh, that's a good finish. Although you've seen it as well as us, with the camera right above the finish line there. That's only a provisional result. The timing devices have to be coordinated to make sure that everybody agrees that. And of course, when the result that you saw just for the first race, when that goes on the board down below, if there is any kind of a protest, the crew have 15 minutes to lodge one. But I can't see that they'll be too fussed by that. So it's a good, fast, furious race.
Yeah, and unless the results are otherwise, then looks like Hungary and Great Britain automatically go into the semi-finals, and the rest will have to wait for the repechage. But we will bring you the official results when we have them. Every 10 minutes we will see dragon boat racing today at this wonderful Rasisi Stadium in the Czech Republic. Beautiful countryside outside, north of Prague, a beautiful city of Prague. We had a fantastic day of racing at the 2,000 meters yesterday, but knock a zero off, and we are definitely doing 200 meter racing today. We can see the boats unloading there. Everybody probably bursting for a drink of water as soon as they can get their hands on one. You soon recover, but you certainly need to keep your fluid intake at its peak, and make sure that you keep your energy up by taking the right food in. And we will be on race 12 in a moment. If you're in the chat room this morning, then good morning to you all. Hi, Paul Griffiths. We have coming through. Thank you to. I saw one from one of the officials yesterday that was in Hungary. Bart Bonashaka, no, not Bart. Andres Bonashaka, who wished us well. So thank you, Andres, for those nice words. And I was having breakfast with your son this morning. The Bonashaka family, IDBF officials, very tall guys. You want them on your side in a tricky situation. All the officials at this race do a brilliant job, and of course they are volunteers. They give their own time to travel all over the world for the pure love of the sport, and to make sure that the racing is done to the very highest standards international standards as laid down by the IDBF, the world governing body for the sport. And that's why you get to see on TV some absolutely cracking stuff. But we have some results coming through, and yes, Hungary Premier Open won that last race with a time of 47.1. Great Britain Senior B Open 47.6 in second. Slovakia 48.5 in third. Poland Senior A Open 48.6 in fourth. Czech Republic Senior B Open 48.6 in fifth. And Germany Senior C Open 51.3. Semi-finals will be coming later in the day. We'll be able to give you the exact times when we know the full lineups from the repêchages. We have a start list now for the next race. Race 12 on the schedule. You should be able to see all the racing schedule on the IDBF website, idbf.org. But certainly race 12 is going to be a standard boat open again, 200 metres. Italy were due to be in lane 1, but they've withdrawn. So we will have Czech Republic in Senior A Open in lane 2. Czech Republic Premier Open in lane 3. Ukraine Premier Open in lane 4. Germany Senior B Open in lane 5. And Ukraine Senior B Open in lane 6. 9:20 is the start for this race. We're definitely on schedule. And delighted to bring you some great racing here in Czech Republic. Of course, the European events are every year, but they alternate between a European Nations Dragon Boat Championships, which is what we're watching, of course, this weekend. And then next year, it will be the European Club Crew Championships, where clubs across the world get a chance, across Europe get a chance to compete against each other and maybe step up a level. So they may have just, paddlers may have just been competing in local events, national competitions, but the European Club Crew gives them a chance to test themselves at a slightly higher level, at international level, with other clubs, and maybe that provides the spark to ignite them to want to maybe represent their country. So in 2 years' time, if you've watched this and you think this is the sport for you, and why wouldn't it be, because it's one of the best team-inclusive sports in the world, then you've now got time to find a local dragon boat club, start your training, and who knows, anything can happen. Anything is possible with the right belief and the right desire, and you could be representing your country at the European Nations Championships 2 years from now. Of course, we started in June with the World Cup in China, which was a magnificent success, and we attracted 500,000 people to race side over those 3 days to watch the events unfold in China. And we're very thankful for the Chinese Dragon Boat Association working with the IDBF to bring that first World Cup for the sport on home soil, the birthplace of dragon boating in China, a sport that's over 2,000 years old, with some great traditions which the IDBF are very keen to preserve, as well as developing and growing the sport internationally all over the world. So that started in June. We're now in July, and at the start of September, on the 5th of September, we will have the World Club Crew Championships. But now let's go back to Murray, because I think this race is about to start.
Yes, so we have an empty lane in one, with the Italians having withdrawn. The Czech Republic are the nearest boat to us in lane 2 at their Senior A Open. And then lane 3, the Czech Republic, the Premier Open team. Oh, that should be a bit of fun, one against the other. Lane 4, Ukraine Premier Open. Ukraine appeared on the prize-giving podium a few times yesterday. It was lovely. Lane 5, Germany Senior B Open, and Lane 6, Ukraine Senior B Open. So a couple of Ukraine boats, a couple of Czech Republic boats. Oh, they'll be just good fun when they get back into the into their area after the race. I remember years ago when the World Championships were in Berlin, China didn't have a team in the open event because during training the seniors beat the open team. So the open team got their tickets torn up. Shame. Started making minor adjustments to the position of the boats to make sure that the dragon heads are all in line. With these events, of course, and just the first two going to the semi-final, the crews insist that they all start at the same position. Just having a look at the chat room, and Phil is being a bit rude about Rich's shining top. There's a fair amount of banter goes on in this place. Stand by, and they're off. Here we go. Right, nearest to us, Czech Republic Senior A Open. Lane 3, Czech Republic Senior Premier Open. Lane 4, Ukraine Premier Open. Lane 5, Germany Senior B, and Lane 6, Ukraine Senior B. There's only one who's just looking a little bit Germany Senior B just behind the others, but the Ukraine on the far side doing very well indeed. The Senior B, that is, at over 50s. Beaten their Open team, that's quite something, isn't it? And Czech Republic Open team win it. There we go, Czech Republic took that one, their Premier team, which I suppose they ought to. But surprised that the Ukrainian Senior Bs took their Open crew to the cleaners. There'll be some useful banter amongst them, but unfortunately they'll be talking in a language that doesn't mean a thing to me, so I just have to expect that they're having fun between themselves. And then we move on to the women's racing coming up.
Yep, that would be great.
Only going to have 4 boats in this race.
Well, that's okay. So, how are you then, Murray, this morning? How are you?
Oh, I'm top of the world. Yeah, I enjoy as soon as I'm either near or on water. My heart lifts up, and I'm ready to go for anything.
Well, I know that. I mean, your reputation precedes you. But
I'm just trying to look around because I can see 3 boats up there toward up by the start, and I've got 4 on my little piece of paper. So we'll just have to look and see when they get into the starting blocks if some crew has not turned up.
yes,
We don't get the. We only had the one amendment passed on to us, the one of Italy in the previous round. So it is going to be standard boats with the women, 200 metres.
so this next race will be race 13, and it will be Ukraine Senior A Women, Czech Republic Premier Women, Ukraine Premier Women, and Italy Senior A Women. First women's race of the day, and certainly we saw some great performances by the ladies teams yesterday. But we've got 3 boats up there. Did we hear that one had withdrawn, Murray, or previous race. So should be 4 boats coming up. Well, I can't say I see one anywhere. I can only see 3 dragon boats. Where is that 4th one? Anyway, while we're waiting for this race to start, because we have got a little bit of a time delay while we wait for this 4th boat. We all love dragon boating, and let's go and see what people think all around the world. Yeah, keep a few clips ready, because my voice is going, and also, break the program up a bit. Yeah, break the program up a bit. You edit when you get home for a shorter. Yeah, if everything's recorded, yes. Break it into 2 to 4 minute clips, sometimes longer ones. Okay, you're back in 1 minute 50. Maybe the results. We've got the results. Do you want to write these results down? I can't read. I lost my glasses. Oh. I didn't really Unfortunately, I had a brochure. I gave them the prescription. They put a lens. There was a camera. Oh yeah. They put a lens in that matched my prescription. So one eye was breathing up. As if there's one bloke coming out. When we come back, can you have the next clip ready as well? Yeah, don't worry. Okay, you're in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go with the results. Yeah, we certainly all love dragon boating, but we have the results through from that last race you've just seen, race 13. And the Czech Republic Premier Open team won it with a time of 46.9. Ukraine, second place, 47.6. Czech Republic Senior A Open, 47.7. Ukraine Premier Open, 47.8. And Germany Senior B Open, 49.6. So the first 2 qualify, the rest go into repechage to get another opportunity to try and qualify for the semis, which will come later. So that was the results of race 12, the standard boat open 200 meters.
Yes, when we read these out, because some of the events have only got a small number of entries, whilst they race together, the timings are taken, and the people in the Senior A, Senior B, Senior C, and so forth, they get their own prizes with the results that they come up with. So they don't miss out by not coming first in that particular first heat, and so they'll be all looking towards their own semi-finals and finals. And again, if there's only a few, then they'll be in the major finals. But they will qualify for their own medals at the end of the day. We've got a great big screen just down below us with a stage and the 3 flags for the gold, silver and bronze winners, and that's where the prize giving goes on. And I see the boats now coming in towards the starting blocks.
Okay, Murray, we've got the official confirmation for the starters today. Ukraine Senior A Women in Lane 2, Czech Republic Premier Women in Lane 3, Ukraine Premier Women in Lane 4 and Italy in Lane 5.
That's it. They have to come in slowly because there's nobody going to help them stop in this event. They've got to do their own stopping with the use of their paddles. And a lot of these boats, they forget that the paddles act as a brake as well as making the boat go forward. They either use another boat or the bank to slow down and stop. I think my own wireless connection has gone down, so I can't keep track of what you're seeing at the moment, but a crew not doing what they're doing, a practice start, and not you shouldn't be doing that on alongside because their wash is going to work its way across the water and give the boats a bit of a problem when they're coming down the course. So the discussion's going on. This is quiet moment. We just don't know what's going on in that little caboose down the end there. Let's start. It's interesting. There's a out of shot from you, but just on the pontoon by the start there, and there's a lady canoeist being brought down in a wheelchair, and she'll go off and do her racing. It strikes me that Italy aren't quite ready, not quite straight. The true course of the race, the boats are for the boats is the centre of their own lane. If they do go off to the side, they get some sort of warning, but as long as they're not interfering with anybody else, they don't come in line for any penalties of sorts. But if 2 boats sort of come to the same line of buoys, it's up to the helms to keep 2 meters minimum between the paddles of the 2 boats, so we don't get somebody rosh hanging and hoping to be pulled along. Well, there's the very slightest of breezes coming up now. And the crews are having to adjust their positions in their lane. Are you ready? Somebody's indicating they're not ready. I can't see her. Oh, there's one hand in the air from Ukraine. I don't know why, but it's a habit of the helms to they're going. Off they go. So just 4 boats nearest to us: Ukraine, Czech Republic, Ukraine, Italy, in that order. We should see lane 3 winning this one, as they're the Premier team. No, Czech Republic and Ukraine are the Premier, and Ukraine are doing brilliantly. Yeah, that's a very close race. Yeah, Czech Republic just pulled through. Ukraine, and then Ukraine and Italy in lane 5. Yes, a nice little dash.
Okay, so the Czech women's team took that race. We'll give you the official confirmation when we have it. But some great first racing from the ladies teams, and that was the what you've just seen was the standard boat 200 meters women's race featuring Senior A Ukraine team, Premier Czech Republic team, Premier Ukraine team, and Italy Senior A women. So next race will be race 14 coming up, where Great Britain, Hungary, Germany, Czech Republic, Senior A and Senior B will feature. We're just going to go through the give you a quick update on results while we have a moment before going into the next race. So earlier we had the race 10, which was the standard boat open 200 meters, where Germany Premier Open took that race with Ukraine second, Senior A Open, Russia Senior A, Germany time of 45.88, Ukraine 46.94, Russia Senior A Open 46.99, Russia Senior B Open 48.44, Poland Senior B Open 49.74, and Czech Republic Senior C 54.72. That was race 10. Race 11 featured Hungary Premier Open with a time of 47.1 for first place, Great Britain in second 47.6, Slovakia Premier Open 48.5, Poland Senior A Open 48.6, Czech Republic Senior B 48.6, and Germany Senior C 51.34. That was race 11, and race 12 was Czech Republic Premier Open with a time of 46.9 in first, Ukraine Senior B Open 47.6, Czech Republic Senior A in third 47.7, Ukraine Premier Open 47.8 in fourth, and Germany Senior B Open in fifth. And we've just got the results of that last race you saw. Czech Republic Premier Women in a time of 52.3, Ukraine Premier Women in second 53.0, Ukraine Senior A Women 53.8, and Italy Senior A 58.3. So that brings you up to date on all the results so far in the morning. We will have racing every 10 minutes. We are on schedule. Semi-finals and finals will be appearing later in the day. These are all heats. We will be having repêchages for the teams that didn't quite make it in this first round, and they get another opportunity to qualify for later rounds. So the race coming up next will be race 14, featuring Great Britain, Hungary Premier, Germany Premier, Czech Republic Senior A and Czech Republic Senior B, and this is a women's 200 meters race. Just while we're waiting for the start, very soon in September the 5th we will have the World Club Crew Championships, and Claudio Scerbi, the President of the Italian Dragabout Federation and Senior Vice President of the IDBF, is the organising leader for that World Club Crew Championships. Let's see what he had to say to us when I talked to him at the World Cup in China. We don't know when the semi-finals are happening today, do we, Murray?
You're on at 20. Welcome back. Let's say your names again.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. 17.
You're in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. That will certainly be a great event to look forward to, and it's only a month away. So just when you think you're getting withdrawal symptoms from not seeing any dragon boat racing, you will see live television broadcasting from us in Ravenna. We are in Ravenna already. In Ravenna in Italy, a beautiful spot by the coast. And we hope, well, I'm sure the weather will be great. And we will be there to cover all 6 days of racing. And you'll be able to see all your teams and your friends and your family. And if you're new to the sport, just tune in and watch some excellent international team racing in dragon boats. One of the greatest sports in the world. And once you do it, you will be hooked. Anyway, we now have some updates for you on what's coming up. We will be going to semi-finals for the standard boat women's races at 10:10, which will be race 17. And then we'll have a series of semi-finals. Standard boat open at 10:20, standard boat open again 10:30, which was semi-final 2, and then there'll be tail races and minor finals following it. And the first grand final of the day will be at 11:10 approximately, but we are running about 5 minutes ahead of schedule. That'll be race 23, and that will be the grand final of the women's 200 metres. And then at 11:20 we have a standard boat open 200 metres grand final, and then we're going into small boat racing. So we're here for this next race, and the runners and riders for this next race are Great Britain in lane 2, Senior A Women, lane 3, Hungary, Premier Women, lane 4, Germany, Premier Women, lane 5, Czech Republic Senior A Women, and lane 6, Czech Republic Senior B Women. Murray, I think we're about to start. Are you there, Murray?
Yes, here we are online. The boat's doing their usual last-minute adjustments. I find it odd that the helm is holding the rope and trying to change the steering as well. They should be putting a message up to the front of the boat, do a bit of drawing or pull the boat into line. So nobody in lane 1. The first lane we see is lane 2, Great Britain Senior A Women, lane 3, Hungary Premier Women, lane 4, Germany Premier Women, lane 5, Czech Republic Senior A Women, and lane 6, Czech Republic Senior B Women. And Germany Premier Women have stormed off. Make quite an impression. The others are sort of roughly together still, but Germany are getting close to a length on everybody else. Hungary this side, just managing to keep their noses in front of the seniors of different grades. And there they go. Germany, Hungary, Czech Republic, and Great Britain pretty close. And Czech Republic. That's another great race to watch.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done to the teams. If you didn't get in those top 2, then try the repechage and try your luck there, and you may end up in a semi-final later. Welcome back to Ravenna in the Czech Republic. I'm Rich Smith. This is the 11th EDBF European Nations Dragon Boat Championships. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. Water is calm, very little wind, perfect racing conditions, everything working as it should in a very professional manner. Well done to all the officials all over the ground from the IDBF and the EDBF for making sure that every element of this management of the sporting operation is taking place to the highest standards. And well done to our studio team up there, working tirelessly as ever to bring you some great coverage. You can see some ladies enjoying a bit of relaxation before they have their turn to paddle. And we're back looking at this wonderful race course, waiting for the next race to take place. We did get the results through from race 14, which was the standard boat women's 200 metres, which featured Germany winning in a time of 51.1. That was Germany's Premier Women. Hungary came second, their Premier Women in 53.7. Then it was Great Britain, Senior A Women. Well done to them. That was a good performance. In third place, 54.6. Czech Republic Senior A Women in a time of 55.4. And finally, the sixth place was Czech Republic Senior B Women. We are now on to race 15 on your schedule. We are awaiting the confirmations of who is going to be in these races. And thank you very much. We've just got some nice results in from our volunteers who keep bringing us all the updates on what's going down below. There's a whole army of volunteers who a lot of which are students, and they all come and give their time to support the officials. And we are waiting for the start of this next race. So Germany Senior B, it will be in lane 1. Poland Senior A Women in lane 2. Russia Senior A Open in lane 3. Ukraine Premier Open in lane 4. Poland Senior B Open in lane 5. And Germany Senior C Open. We've got a little bit of time while we wait for these for the rest of the boats to go up to the start line. If you're just tuning in, welcome. This is Recici in the Czech Republic, and we're here for the 11th EDBF. That's the European Dragon Boat Federation European Nations Championships. Next year it will be the European Club Crew Championships, which gives all clubs an opportunity to step up and pit themselves a little bit more on a higher level against other clubs in Europe, and that might spur them on to maybe represent their country in 2 years' time again at the European Nations Championships. But this is European Nations Championships right now in 2014, and we're waiting for this next race to take place. So as we said, Germany will be in lane 1, and that's Germany Senior B. Poland Senior A Open in lane 2. Russia Senior A Open in lane 3. Ukraine Premier Open in lane 4. Poland Senior B Open in lane 5. And then Germany in lane 6. That's Germany Senior C, the over 60s category, in lane 6. They're still going through their paces. Okay. Still going through their paces, and we will have this race coming up very shortly. Bit of Elvis Presley playing in the background there. It's now or never, which is quite appropriate for these paddlers who only get one chance to make an impact in a race, and they certainly either need to qualify for automatic progression into the semi-finals, or pit their wits in the repechage and hope that they manage to come through and claim one of those fastest time places for another chance at medals. Anyway, The Dragons are warming up. Welcome to the European Nations Dragon Boat Championships here in Recife. We're waiting for the races to start for this next race. So, they're just starting to pull into their pens, and we've got six teams, 6 crews in this race. Germany Senior B Open, Poland Senior A Open, Russia Senior A Open in lane 3, Ukraine Premier Open in lane 4, Poland Senior B Open in lane 5, and Germany Open in lane 6. 3 of the teams in the 3 to 6 lanes are almost in their pens. Lanes 1 and 2 and 3 are nearly there. It's a very quiet time when you're out on that lake, moving into position. Every second seems like an hour. You're trying to focus, keep your eyes in the boat, focus your mind only on doing everything that you've been taught to do and coached to do in training, and give it your all in 60 strokes to the finish line, and hope that what you've done is enough to get your team either into the semi-finals or a place in the repêchages, so that you keep your final dreams alive. Grand finals coming to us around about any time after 11. We'll give you updates on how we're doing in terms of the schedule. But our first semi-final of the day will be the senior women at about 10 past 10. But I would tune in at 10:05 if you want to be sure. Anyway, we're looking very close to a start now. Murray Jones?
Yes, we are. So these people, it's the second race of the day for them. Nearest to us, Germany Senior B, Poland, Russia, Ukraine, Poland Senior B, and Germany. So just looking along the line to see who's making adjustments. I think that Russia lane 3. There they go. They're off. They're churning up that water. No time to hang around on this race. And nobody broken the mould yet. I think Poland Senior B suffering a little bit, and that Germany on the outside dropping back now. That's Ukraine in the middle, lane 4. They're taking this one, as they should. And lane 3, Russia in the blue. And who's doing what next? It's lane 5 third, and then lane 1. Lane 5, Poland, and lane 1, Germany Senior B.
Tell you what, Murray, almost from the start there, Ukraine, you saw so much more white water coming off their paddles in those first 3 strokes. They were really ploughing their paddles deep and getting some. You noticeably, I saw it more, and I thought they're going to win, and they held on.
Yes, that's right. The strength of their pulling against the static boat, really churning it up, and they were obvious by the amount that they stirred up, and I'm surprised that they didn't win by a length, actually, because they looked to be brilliant on the start.
Yeah.
But maybe they're holding back a little bit. You never know. It's tactics. They want to get by without using any excessive energy.
But it certainly does, prove that the starts are all important on these. They're important in any race, but certainly on the 200-meter sprints, because you get a bad start, you're probably not going to recover. Anyway, that was race 15. We're on to race 16, coming at about 10 o'clock. Might be slightly delayed, actually. We might be running a couple of minutes behind schedule at the moment. And we're waiting for the runners and riders for this race, for this next race, which will be race 16. All standard boats still. We know it's an open race, we just don't know who the runners and riders are at the moment.
Crew going in front of us now with only 18 in the boat. Is that either Italy or Ukraine? Could be Italy, that colour blue. And Czech Republic coming along. And well, there's going to be 2 Czech Republic boats in this race. I might have to go down and do a bit of chasing up to get hold of her. I don't know who's making all those car noises. There's somebody down below, I think.
Murray, we've got some results in. Ukraine took that last race, which was race 15, in a time of 47.0. Russia Senior A Open 47.4 in second. Poland Senior A Open 49.0. Poland Senior B, and they've taken our results away. Please bring them back just for a moment. We beg you. There's a flag. Which flag is that? Czech Republic, of course. Home soil. Here we go again. So, we got to Poland Senior A Open in third place, 49.0. So those first 3 teams qualify automatically. Poland Senior B Open, 49.4. Germany Senior B Open in 5th, 49.6. And Germany Senior C Open in 51.3. That was race 15. We're on to race 16, which is a standard boat open 200 meters, scheduled for 10 o'clock, there or thereabouts. Don't know who are in here. Oh no. Just waiting for the runners and riders for this one. Welcome if you're just joining us to the European Nations Dragger Boat Championships, organised by the EDBF, the European Dragger Boat Federation. We're here in Rysíci in the Czech Republic, beautiful part of the country. Lovely views of pine forests, sort of small mountain in the background, fantastically large stadium, which will be full of people over the weekend as we progress to the semi-finals and grand finals. And then there is a whole host of things happening in the evening for the locals and the paddlers to enjoy and relax before the next day of racing, which will be 500 meters tomorrow. But this is 200 meters, and this will be race 16. Some of the local ladies enjoying themselves. I don't know what she was doing with that skirt, but the cameraman was obviously intrigued. They're all having fun down there. If you're not on the water, then you can still have fun as a spectator, just chilling out until it's your turn. Talking of being on the water, here's 3 dragon boats in view, and we've now got women waving at you. And if you could pop down and get their numbers, Murray, that would be great, and we can have a party later. Every day's a party when you're watching great dragon boat racing as a spectator. Certainly when we get to semi-finals and grand finals, the tension builds. So here's the runners and riders. In lane 2, Russia Senior B Open. Lane 3, Slovakia Premier Open. Lane 4, Czech Republic Senior A Open. Lane 5, Czech Republic Senior B Open. And in lane 6, Czech Republic Senior C Open. So, they're the runners and riders for this next race, race 16. Just a couple of minutes over on our schedule. This was scheduled for 10 o'clock. We're running on Central European time, which is 1 hour ahead of the UK, if you're in the UK. And hopefully we will have quite a few people in the UK watching. We've had some good mornings from people all over the world. Keep them coming in. It's nice to connect and know that people all over Europe and further afield around the world are tuning in to this television broadcast. There we see the Slovakian team in lane 3. Then we see in lane 2 Russia Senior B Open coming into view, getting into their starting pen. That starting pen better be tough and strong to hold that dragon in place. It's raring to go. And here we go again. Lane 2 Russia Senior B Open. Lane 3 Slovakia Premier Open. Lane 4 Czech Republic Senior A Open. Czech Republic Senior B Open. And in in the final lane, Czech Republic Senior C Open, lane 6. Murray Jones, are they all under starters' orders?
Definitely under starters' orders. I'm just trying to see if the people are making some small adjustments here and there. See the occasional paddle moving. They must be getting pretty close now, because the starter will come on the online to the chief official saying, is everything ready at the finish? Can we go? And they're stand by. Go! Yep, they're off. Now the there's a really fast paddling in the lane 4, 3 and 4. So Russia, Slovenia, Czech Republic. 3 on the outside are all Czech Republic of different grades. Slovenia being headed slightly by Czech Republic. Yeah, two Czech Republics, first and second. Yeah, and third that could well be Russia ahead of Slovenia. Or Slovakia, what am I talking about? Slovakia. So that was the second repechage. And 1 to 3 go in the semi, and the 4 to 6 go in the tail race series.
So Czech Republic Senior A looking like they took that one. We'll give you the official results in a moment. And we are into semi-finals. The next race, scheduled for around about 10 past 10, will be the first semi-final of the morning, the standard boat women's 200 meters. We don't know who is in that yet. We will know very shortly, and then we will let you know. And then we've got a series of semi-finals every 10 minutes. First the women's in a moment, then race 18 is the standard boat open semi-final 1, Then another open semi-final, 2, race 19. Race 20 will be a tail race. Race 21 will be a minor final. And then at 11 o'clock we'll have the the race 21 at 10:50 will be the minor final for the women. Race 22 at 11 o'clock will be the minor final for the men. And then we're into grand finals for men and women, with the women's grand final being race 23 at 11 this morning, Central European time. And then race 24 at 11:20, the grand final of the Standard Boat Open 200 meters for the men, which will be mouth-watering stuff. Then we will be going into small boat competitions for the rest of the morning. Welcome again if you're just joining us and just tuning in to some great 200 meter racing. Here are some of the spectators having a paddle in the water. Beautiful water down there. I'd like to be doing that myself. I think a lady set the precedent yesterday and more are copying. Here's the medal podium area where teams will hope to be standing later on and collect a medal. But the boats are making their way up for this next race, the first semi-final, ladies semi-final. Welcome to the 11th European Nations Dragon Boat Championships, the EDBF, European Dragon Boat Federation's event to test the top paddlers in Europe. We've had some strong performances from Germany, Ukraine, Hungary. They've all been in the medals. Czech Republic have done very well so far, but we have some results from that last race, and that was the Czech Republic Senior A Open winning it, race 16, in a time of 48.2. Second, Czech Republic Senior B, 48.6. Russia Senior B Open, 49.2. Slovakia Premier Open in fourth, 49.3. And the Czech Republic Senior C with a time of 53.6 in fifth position. So the first three qualify for the semi-finals.